What is up? How we doing? And I'm gonna do this review. I just stayed up and watched the first 2 episodes of X-Men 97, and man, it was awesome. I loved it. It was fantastic. I had a great time. The cool thing about it is it really feels, it has the vibes of the original X-Men show. Now, I will say one thing out of the bat. The animation style, or I would say the art style, it takes a little bit to get used to, you know, because it's 3D, kind of like cell shaded and stuff like that. And you know, the other shows have done it, and like, you know, I see like they were trying to capture it. It throws me off for a second, but like the show's so good that I don't really, you know, I don't really like, oh my god, it's that off-putting, because once you get into it, the show is awesome. It has the vibes. I really dig it, and you know, the animation is leagues better than the original show. And then of course there's gonna be people that will nitpick it and be like, all right, look at this, and like, you gotta, you know, it is for what it is. You know, there are other shows that do it better. I'll be 100%. You have shows like the Blue-Eyed Samurai, same technique, and the Blue-Eyed Samurai is gorgeous, but you know, with you know, without comparing apples and oranges, the show was fantastic, because a lot of what makes the X-Men, besides just the cool action, is the story, and that's a really important part, because if it was just all actions, then it would just be watching X-Men AMBs. But, and not to say, the action sequences were fantastic. They were really cool. I really enjoyed the action sequences, and especially in the first few episodes, they were great. And man, I'm telling you, it's going to be interesting to see what everybody else thinks, especially, you know, those on you know, the other side, because you know, you just see how, I mean, the thing is, the X-Men has been a reflection of what's going on in society, right? But it just uses the mutants. But you know, you watch the episode and you're like, damn, that kind of reminds me of, you know, what just happened, you know, January 6th. Whoops, sorry. But it has the, it does feel like that. But guess what? You've been watching the show since the beginning. There was a lot of that in the original show. So, you know, there might be some people that's like, look at this, look at this. I'm like, you just haven't watched or read any of the comics, have you? If, you know, if we get people that will say that, and you know, you never know. It's a big grift, but whatever. We're talking about the show, but that's all a big part of the show anyways. I really enjoyed it. The voice acting, the action sequences, I loved Cyclops, man. Whenever he was doing his thing, it really just got the vibes from Marvel vs. Capcom, and also the show as well. You know, just follow my commands, X-Men. You know, it's like optic blast. Like when he's doing those optic blasts and he had the pose, I was just like, yo, this is dope. I want more. Like, so I really love the action sequences. I don't think the art style, like I said, I think it throws some people off too much, but it didn't throw me off, because at the end of the day, like, the action sequences were done well. And here's the thing, they were done much better than the original show. Like, a lot of times people see things with rose tinted glasses. The animation in the OG show wasn't that great, but what was great about the OG show, it had some really cool storylines, and it had a lot of the storylines from the comics, and it introduced people to the world of X-Men, because sometimes, you know, there are so many different fans. No, it doesn't matter where you're from, right? You could be the OG comic book reader, or you can be the X-Men animated fan, you could be the MCU fan, whatever. Just let people be, let them enjoy, right? Because, you know, there was like, well, like the comic book fans were like, well, I read the comics, and, you know, well, let's see, it goes for same for manga and the same for anime, right? Well, I read the manga, so I know, whatever. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. The action sequences were cool. I really love how it just has that 90s vibe. It really feels like the old show, but it has some of the cheese, but the cheese is actually pretty good. It's pretty dang good in the storylines. The first 2 episodes I was hooked. The first one, you know, ended whoa, and then the second one ended like, whoa. And then it's just like, man. And I love this new direction that it's going. If you've seen the previews, you know what's going on. This will be a spoiler-free review, but yeah, if you've seen the trailer, you know what's going on, and it's just like, dang. And man, I'm telling you, that second episode and that character, oh man, I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it because, man, it was, ooh-wee. It was fire. It was awesome, man. It was. And you know what? It really reminded me of the first few episodes of the X-Men the X-Men show with the trial of Beast. Remember, and Beast is like, nah, I'm gonna go stand trial, right? So yeah, man, it was cool, and it was just done like the animation sequences, the voice acting, it all hit, and I want more, and I can't wait. And hopefully I get to talk to someone else like Tasty Steve, and talk to him, maybe do a little podcast, and we talk about the show. But it hits, it's awesome. I want more. I'm gonna be interested to see what other people think, especially some other people, but and see, because here's the thing, and I'll probably finish with, oh yeah, I'm gonna look up this quote right here. But man, the show was, again, I loved it. I want more. What else can I say? The intro's about The Rock. There we go. And the Stream Fighter's out. Hey, look at that. But it was great. I want more. I can't wait. There's 2 seasons. Hopefully there's a 3rd season. I know there was some discourse or something like that. The main writer or something like that got fired, but man, it's just awesome. And seeing like another thing, it's the X-Men were these characters that were fighting for this world that hated them, and again, the show shows it so well, and you really get the plight of the X-Men, and the show's hitting again. So to all those people, they're like, oh my god, it's woke, and it's like, it always has been. But I'm gonna leave a message from my boy, Mr. Stan Lee.
This is Stan Lee coming at you. Want you to know, Marvel has always been and always will be a reflection of the world right outside our window. That world may change and evolve, but the one thing that will never change is the way we tell our stories of heroism. Those stories have room for everyone, regardless of their race, gender, religion, or color of their skin. The only things we don't have room for are hatred, intolerance, and bigotry. That man next to you, he's your brother. That woman over there, she's your sister. And that kid walking by, hey, who knows? He may have the proportionate strength of a spider. We're all part of one big family, the human family, and we all come together in the body of Marvel. And you're part of that family. You're part of the Marvel universe that moves ever upward and onward to greater glory. In other words, Excelsior.
Man, he is the best, but the show is fantastic. I can't wait to watch more. Let me know if you guys have watched it. What do you guys think? Let me know. Let's discuss. And yeah, thank you, Stan. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.